Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and welcome to a special edition of Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I'm here today to talk to you about how Fern became the very first orange Power Ranger in Power Rangers history. No, Boom does not count. That was a dream sequence, and a very dumb one at that. Actually, no way, his dream sequence was cool. It's just that goofy outfit he made later on was just terrible. Anyway, so yes, in Power Rangers history, there has never been an Orange Ranger. Like, never. Now, we did have the Cat Ranger, and nobody really knows what color she's supposed to be. Her outfit is a mixture of both white and orange. Some speculate she might be a White Ranger, others speculate she might be an Orange Ranger. But then again, we already had a White Ranger in the Omega Ranger. So it's not very clear. And she was only a Ranger for like one episode, and that's it. And so Fern, in the very last season of the Saban Power Rangers, and by Saban Power, I mean, because, he created it and stuff, they finally decided to give us an Orange Ranger. They decided to do things a little bit differently and try to do things that we never had before. And so Fern was actually introduced in that of Dino Fury. And she was there for 2 seasons playing the girlfriend of Izzy. And that's special enough because this is the first LGBT relationship in Power Rangers history. But she was just the girlfriend, and she had no idea that Izzy was a Power Ranger. And so she barely was shown in Dino Fury. She was mostly considered just like a day player. You know what I'm saying? She'll pop in like one episode, then skip a couple of episodes, and she'll show up like 8 episodes later, stuff like that. And she was always a good girlfriend to Izzy, but never understood why Izzy was never always there and always had to run off. And there was times where they had big complications in their relationship because it's like, she didn't understand that, Izzy was like a Power Ranger. And so I believe it was the end of towards season 2 that Izzy finally decided to like, hey, I'm a Power Ranger and stuff, which totally made Fern understand why Izzy was always away. But Fern had to go off, I think, to college, I believe. And so they would have to do the long distance thing. Sometime by Cosmic Fury, they're back together, like, in the same like city and stuff. And when the Power Rangers had to go off into space to stop Lord Zed, Fern decided to stow away on their little spaceship thingy. And because of that, that made Izzy very concerned. See, in Cosmic Fury, there were no solo episodes. Fern kind of got a solo episode, but not really. And so, like, she was shown a whole lot more because Cosmic Fury is only 10 episodes. So she was in every episode. Well, probably except for the first one, I think. But she was in every other episode and stuff like that. But she didn't start off as a Ranger. She just was the stowaway, and she would assist Billy or Sauron doing the, like, invention stuff. Even though she's not an inventor, they would give her tips here and there, and, like, she would do it. And so she even got to ride in a Megazord at one point before she even got her Ranger powers. And whenever she sees all this Ranger stuff, she's like giddy like a little schoolgirl, always wanting to press buttons on like the Zords and all kind of other stuff. But Izzy was that very concerned girlfriend. Fern had no powers. If she was to get hurt by a monster, that would be on Izzy. And so that was the pretty much gist of like the first half of like Cosmic Fury until Fern decided to take the initiative and be brave by rescuing Sauron. Sauron had been taken captive, and there was like, like these little larvae type thing that about to hatch and basically eat Sauron. The Rangers were busy doing something else, and so instead of Billy going there to help, because he was there, she decided she was gonna go. And when she did, I think she had one of the morphers on for some bizarre reason. I can't remember why. And when Sauron like touched the morpher, somehow it interacted with her, and it caused Fern to morph into the Orange Ranger, based on Sauron's dinosaur heritage and stuff. And like a typical Power Ranger, she knew how to fight instantly, knew how to work a Megazord and all this other stuff. She was a pretty cool addition to, like, the team. Like, she was more like, oh my god, this Power Ranger stuff is like so cool. And she was very chatty, let's put it like that. Like, always happy, always gleeful, always talking and stuff. Especially during battles, saying quips and like all this other stuff, because they had to do it for the kiddos and stuff like that. They had to have some humor in it, and so she wasn't really comedic relief, but it was more like she would just quip here and there, but she would never stop talking, especially when, like, she would fight. She never really was that much of a serious type ranger because she had such an upbeat personality, because she was so excited about being a Power Ranger. But, whenever they needed her, she would kick some butt and everything. And it was really cool to see her, rise to the occasion and be brave to do what is needed. And she even got to help pilot like the little spaceship and stuff. So I really do like how they included her, and they just didn't have her just tag along. They actually had her doing things prior to being a Power Ranger, and it was nice to see her be brave. If only they had 10 extra episodes or more, they could have fleshed out her character a whole lot more in Cosmic Fury and given her that solo episode. But sadly, Hasbro did not want to do that. Netflix did, but Hasbro did not. So we'll never truly know what type of like Ranger Fern would be. She feels more like just not so much an additional Ranger, because they're more powerful and stuff. She just feels like, I guess you could say, a tacked on Ranger, like, and everything, like, just somebody who's there and it helps them fight, but there was no really like defining skill to like her fight set or nothing like that. It was basically just generic, and I really hate that, because this is the first time we've ever had an Orange Ranger, so it would have been cool to see them do something really unique and make her a true additional Ranger, because technically she is an additional Ranger. She just doesn't feel like one, because additional Rangers are extremely powerful and stuff. And also, it was cool to have 3 Asian people in the same season. That's something that's never happened before, because the guy who plays Zato is half Asian, the guy who plays Ollie is half Asian, and of course she's Asian and stuff. And Fern was played by that of Jacqueline Joe. And I think she's a New Zealand actress, I believe. Happy Asian and Pacific Islander month, everybody. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.